America is More Than a Place, by Ben Neuberger. The strength of this country doesn't just come from the force of our might, or the power of our bite. It comes from what we represent, and the horrors we choose to prevent. Our power isn't defined by the weapons at our disposal. Our power is defined by how we choose to use them. So with that, I'd like to make a proposal. We aren't strong just because of what we possess. We're strong because of who we are and how we've progressed. Our prosperity isn't just a product of where we've been and what we've overcome. It's a sign of what we can become. America is more than a place. It's an idea worthy of embrace. This land was meant for more than just you and me, beyond he and she. America is for people trying to become free, for those who need a degree and those who seek a better life, one without misery, one without strife. They come here with their children, with their wife, all because they want a better way of life, one that's not threatened by corruption or the edge of a knife. There's a reason people choose us above any other. We were founded by those who refused to shudder, by those who fought with every breath just so they could be free despite the face of death. We're the only nation that has insisted we can do better. Perhaps that is why I am writing this letter, to remind those who have forgotten that we should never be like those who controlled all the cotton. To be better means to treat those with the utmost respect, without any prejudice or bias, and without neglect. Because we're all Americans with the same goal in mind. We're just searching for a better mankind. But creating a perfect union like we've discussed, it's an ideal destined to bust. Although it's never too late for us to adjust, it's important to know that perfection is an unobtainable state. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is less hate. The intent is to improve as many lives as we can. There's no other objective. This is the only plan. Now there's something I'd like to say. You're our equal in every which way. I don't care how you pray. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if the color of your skin is brown, black, or gray. You shouldn't have to be society's prey. But to this day, those who see you as less, they're the ones playing checkers while the rest are playing chess. Because with time comes something inspiring, progress that's never tiring. The people with backwater ideals, they might dig in their heels, but sooner or later time will do its thing. Hopefully in the way preached by Dr. Luther King. We no longer tolerate racist notions by any means, nor will we see others based solely on their genes. We will strive for kindness and compassion, perspective and common ground. This is far from impossible. It's just a far bound. But united in this common endeavor, the ties of racism are something we can sever. It's not enough to say never. One must become truly better. After all, human progress is measured by only one thing, the value we place on a life, especially a life that's considered inconsequential according to a world that doesn't question their potential. To see others as we hope to be seen, to treat others as we hope to be treated. These aren't just the golden rules we're taught when we're young. These are the laws that bind us together as one. Change will come if it is demanded, but it isn't something that can be handed. It requires a united voice and an essential choice to be a part of reform that represents the end of oppression. It is for those who are faced with societal suppression, which is why they require social progression. This is the right thing to do, and that's the only reason we need. This endeavor is too important. I know this because people will lead. They'll plead. And they'll bleed, just like those in the past, the activists who massed when the protests were vast. They were the sound of the alarm that woke everybody up to acknowledge racial inequality and how it's corrupt. They won their fight because it was a united endeavor, striving for something that'll last forever. A change occurred to our nation's morality after equality was made a matter of legality, bringing an end to generations of accepted brutality with the introduction of a new normality, created a society with a newfound vitality, one that transformed our perceptions of reality into not discerning supremacy with nationality. We were the good guys. That was our mentality. The world saw firsthand what a racist nation accomplished. After 6 million Jews were killed and their lives were abolished, all because one man decided to adopt racist beliefs rooted in fiction, because he saw his defeated nation was in need of conviction. So in an effort to unify the majority, he made an infliction on the nation's minority, making them the enemy they could all detest, as a means to restore the idea that they were chosen and blessed, because otherwise they'd be under arrest, thrown into a cage with the gas they'd ingest. We see them as evil because of what they did and what they represented. We know their ideals were insanely demented, and they had no remorse for those they tormented. In their eyes, each was an abomination, and therefore due for damnation. But just like a lot of racism, it had its duration. The good guys prevailed. Freedom overcame oppression. We saw that evil is ethnic digression, and with that it raises a very important question. How can we further our own racial progression? Just because something is better than it was doesn't mean it can't be better than it is. Progress is continual because it's habitual. History has shown that regressive ideals are destined to mature because progress is the product of time, and so time is its cure. Racism is a wheel, and with its destruction, this nation could be the ideal. We could be the example that others will follow. We could heal so many who have grown hollow. This mission isn't just about saving our soul. It's about making sure others remain whole. It's about the future we want to create, so why wait? Why not start now? Why not build a world based on a vow? We are all different, yet we're the same. No matter the nation, no matter the face, we're all human. We're one race. That is the truth that we need to embrace. No matter where you come from, there is no shame. That is not our aim. We should celebrate what makes us unique. That's what makes us human. Understanding that is the peak. We're not less because of how we are bred. It's all about the life we've led. When you look back on the kindness you've spread, are others better off because you intervened? Did you step up against every single fiend? How did you stop those from preying on people's pain? You simply changed the rules of the game. With enough people, with a loud enough voice, you can force a choice to support a noble endeavor that'll last a lifetime which no one can sever. It is the venture to fulfill this country's oldest dream of a united nation with a peaceful society where people act with a moral propriety, all while possessing all kinds of variety, where we don't judge each other for the things we can't control, because that isn't what defines a person's soul. We're all born different, but we all start the same, with a blank slate, playing the same game. While some are born at an advantage, the divide between those who aren't is something we need to manage. So, the first step to solving any problem is first recognizing there is one. Our work is not done, nor will it be by using a gun. We need to do better as a people and as a nation. Spreading moral reform, that is our station. Building a world for everyone to thrive, that should be our drive. Because America is more than a place. It's an idea that we need to embrace.